Welcome, Nina. We're really excited to have you on the Hire Talent Substack page. It's been a great honor. You and I have known each other for, 15 years, maybe?
A long time.
Yeah. I think I first saw you speak at the NMSDC conference on stage in front of 6,000 people, maybe?
Yeah.
And we've been friends since then.
I should say I'm really proud of how far you've come. As I look around and everything that you've built and everything that you've done and the services and the specialties that you've expanded to, I mean, the consciously unbiased at the perfect time in the industry. I mean, you're just the master.
Thank you. I learned from inspirations like you. What are some exciting things you've taken on this year, and some of the new service offerings that Pinnacle's offering?
One of the most exciting things that Pinnacle has taken on this year is becoming a full integrator with the 3 enterprise VMS tools. So Vinly, Beeline, and Fieldglass.
Mm-hmm.
Vinly will be announced later next month.
Okay.
But we are an official integrator in all 3 tools. We've always been tool agnostic.
Yeah.
But now taking that extra step and becoming an integrator, that has proven to be one of the newest things that's happening at Pinnacle today.
That's amazing. So you're doing a lot of implementations for clients at this point?
We are. And, the new service offerings. So one of the things, we're an MSP. And what we've recognized is there's a lot of self-managed programs that may not want a full MSP, but they may want an evaluation on their VMS platform. They may want to do pricing or supplier strategy or just maybe the SOW world.
What are some of the trends you think will take place over the next 12 months?
Well, the biggest trend that everyone is talking about is looking at the SOW spend as a new frontier. For whatever reason, a lot of it was driven out of the uncertainty in the marketplace. Sometimes when programs are not growing or they're not shrinking, it gives the program stakeholders an opportunity to kind of take a deep breath and evaluate what is the next frontier.
Yeah.
It could be the overall uncertainty, the cost savings in the marketplace, for what have you. The trend that I'm seeing is in this SOW space, going beyond the contract. Because sometimes it's a set it and forget it. You sign the SOW contract and then you never see it again.
Totally.
I feel like the SA portion is really well defined. It's real transparent. We know it. We have our hands around it. And I feel like the SOW is an opportunity to just really create a lot of awareness in programs for the next step of the value we can provide.
Yeah. Why do you think that companies are moving more towards SOW and away from CW, or at least a percentage of spend?
It's we've always described it as a balloon. When you take a balloon and you squeeze one side, it elevates the other side, and then you squeeze the other side and it elevates the opposite side.
Yeah.
It's always been that way.
Yeah.
Where if you see low SA spend, it's probably in this SOW spend, or when you see really high SA spend, they've really regulated their SOWs.
Yeah.
I just think it's an opportunity. There are new tools coming out, and it's an opportunity for awareness. It used to be that cost savings was the only driver of going into the SOW space, but now I think it's about transparency. I think it's about getting an understanding of what your workforce looks like in every aspect, and the new tools that are coming out has enabled the curiosity of going into the SOW space.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the AI part of it allows you to sort of go into more granular and really compare contract to contract and understand the work's getting done.
100%. AI and the evolution of AI, that's an important piece. When I talked about tools, what I really meant is not only the tools, but also the AI that's giving us the ability to go in there and really streamline those contracts.
Are you seeing clients adopting AI, or are they afraid of it? Because I'll give you an example for us. We've had them ask, what are your capabilities in AI? Do you use AI? And then the next question in the RFP is, do you agree not to use them with us? And so is that adoption happening, or is it kind of just a buzzword right now?
I'd say it's a slow adoption.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of companies that are all in everywhere with AI.
Yeah.
And there are more risk. There are some regulated industries that are more risk averse. They want to be fast followers, not leaders in AI.
Yeah.
And that's understandable because there's so many unknowns with AI. When I think about AI, I think about 2 things. I think about using it inwardly in our own company. Pinnacle is making a massive, massive multi-million-dollar transformation in AI to make us more impactful and so that's how we're using AI internally so that we can be more efficient.
Okay.
And that is what we're delivering to our customers, a roadmap already. We're already going to our own programs and saying, here's our AI roadmap.
Yeah.
And here are the areas where we're going to create efficiency, how we can benefit you.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah.
The other is actually bringing AI to their programs and creating that awareness. Externally, and I just don't see a lot of companies jumping all in. I see them being very cautious.
Yeah.
And to your point, they want to. I see it showing up in contracts.
Yeah.
That they want to know exactly what you're doing in AI.
Yeah.
Before you're even doing it.
Yeah.
And so I think the opportunity for us to be one step ahead and to be educating and guiding our customers within their program on where they create efficiencies, that's where we want to be. We want to be leaders. We want to be guiders. We don't want them to request it from us. We want to already be thinking about that. And that's what we've been doing in all our programs.
Yeah. One of the things I love about you is you've always had an ability to see around corners, and then you help clients go around those corners. So what is a good MSP client relationship?
Well, I would take the word client out and I would replace that with partnership.
Great.
It has to be a good partnership. It has to be, I think the two things that come to mind, I mean, there's so many things that drive a good MSP, but the two that come to mind are really collaboration and transparency. Number one, you have, as the MSP, collaborating with the stakeholders is number one. I mean, not just the stakeholder in procurement or HR, it's going and talking to the hiring managers. It's shaking hands with them and proving why you're going to be of value. Most MSPs, most programs are non-mandated programs.
Yeah.
So unless it's mandated and it's already happening, you're really convincing people at the end of the day why you're becoming of value.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that step. At Pinnacle, one of our first MSP, or it was probably our very in 2013, we had an opportunity to stand up an MSP from scratch. It was a Gen 1 MSP. It didn't have a tool, it didn't have an MSP, and our challenge was to grow it into 16 different business units.
Oh, wow.
And so we got a lot of experience going knocking on the door to each business unit. Here's where our value is.
Yeah.
Here's where our value is. And then once business units became believers, we got them to talk to the other business units. That is a skillful, very important aspect of the relationship. And then the second one, I think, is our relationship with our suppliers. And that's where I want to use the word transparency. As you know, Pinnacle started almost 30 years ago as an IT staffing supplier. We understand what the black hole is, and we hate the black hole. We know that staffing firms have a choice on where they work and where they put their resources.
Yep.
And so one of the unique things that Pinnacle does is we actually have real-time reports for our suppliers where they stand. You don't have to wait until the next quarter to
see how you
address
did.
something that happened 60, 90 days ago. By then you're so behind.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. And so for us, that transparency with our suppliers, where we're showing them exactly real time at any given time, they know where they stand. So they need not motivation, they have data, and they have data for free.
Yeah.
So I would say those two things: the relationship with the stakeholder beyond HR and procurement, and I would say the relationship with suppliers, because a good MSP is only as powerful and impactful as their suppliers.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I love that you're showing the data real time, because a lot of times when you get a scorecard, it's already too late to fix something, right? And then you're on the hook to try to get it done in a very short amount of time, and you don't have enough runway to really make the course corrections you needed to.
And that's how we've honed our analytics side of the house. We have such powerful analytics. We use Tableau Cloud. And we recognize that giving information, that's where the transparency comes in, giving information to our customer in a real-time sense, that's where the magic is. And that's how we've kind of arranged our programs and our practice and our own tech stack to be able to deliver that.
Yeah. And you guys also went global, right?
We sure did. We operate in 25 countries now and have a second headquarter, Asia-Pac headquarter in Chennai, India.
So are you airborne a lot?
I'm not personally. I'm lucky. I mean, I've been to our Chennai headquarters twice now, and I go every year. Every year, as you know, Pinnacle has a theme.
Yep.
And it's so important to to operate as one. And so we roll out our own business and leadership conference in January in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then right after that, within the same month or even early February, we're rolling it out in Asia Pac.
Yeah.
Our next plan is to develop a GCC in Poland also.
Amazing.
And so we're super excited about our global expansion.
That's awesome. Exciting. So what are you the most excited about in the future of work? And then the last question I want to end with is, how do you stay inspired? Because you've constantly innovated, changed, shifted. You've gone into staffing, VMS, MSP, SOW, and then you have a bunch of other projects as well. So what keeps you motivated to keep moving forward?
So I'll answer the first question is what am I most excited about? And this is going to sound crazy, but what I am most excited about is change. It's the one thing, it's the constant. Next year we'll be 30 years old, and every year we're changing. We're evolving. And so we're students of change. We understand how to pivot. We understand how to know the marketplace. We're constantly evaluating new tools, and we're constantly being the best version of Pinnacle that we can be. And so I'm actually the kind of person who enjoys the change. I didn't used to be that way. I used to be kind of a creature of habit. This is the way we always do things. And as I evolved as a CEO, I know that change is a constant.
Yeah.
And so our whole company is welcoming the change, embracing the change. We're investing in the change because we know that this is just the beginning. We'll continue to be a fast-paced industry.
Yeah.
And I just love this industry. Most of us got here by accident and stayed by choice.
Totally.
And so it's constantly evolving, and that's what keeps us on our toes.
Yeah.
And so the last question you asked was what
How do you stay motivated and inspired?
The way that I stay motivated and inspired, because being an entrepreneur is one of the hardest positions to be in, and building a business, getting the partnerships. And one of the things that really keeps me inspired is, I call it the what if. Pinnacle will be 30 years old next year. Our MSP practice has been around for almost 19 years. And so when we started our MSP practice, what kept us going was, what if we became one of the largest MSPs? What if we became a household name? What if? And, to someone who started on their apartment living room floor and now has a footprint in 25 countries, that's what keeps me inspired, is what if this year Pinnacle appeared as a star performer in the Everest report. My understanding is no one has ever made the list as a first-timer and been labeled a star performer.
Wow.
And so they haggled a lot about that, and they were they pointed that out, but they said, you've earned it. And in the SIA landscape report, one of the largest diverse MSPs in the world, operating in so many currencies in so many countries. And so that's what keeps everyone inspired at Pinnacle, is the what if. What if we can become what we can become is kind of our beacon. And the credit really goes to our Pinnacle lights. We have a lot of tenure at Pinnacle, as you know, people who've been here for decades.
Yeah.
This is their life's work. This is not just a job. We are trying to build something that doesn't exist in the marketplace, and we are refining who we want to be. Pinnacle is not out to serve the world. We're not bringing in 20, 30 programs a year. That's not who we want to be.
Yeah.
We want to be that consultative, outcome-based, memorable, referenceable, the kind of customers or partners that we have are the kind that are willing to pick up the phone and say, yeah, these guys are good. And we love that. That's how we have grown. Not through big sales efforts, but through performance and hard work. And I really think that that's at our core, that's what keeps us continuing to dream of, like, what if?
I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story today. That's amazing.
No, thanks for having me. And once again, thank you for your leadership. You're always lifting others up, and you're always coming up with creative ideas. And so I'm delighted to participate today.
It was our honor. Thank you.